Boom, boom. How's going? How's going? It is I again, your boy TJ, and I'm out and about. Why are you laughing? I am out and about. No. With who else? The bra who's just bought this building. And you are in it now. How long you been in the building now?
Sure.
By the way, people don't know you.
Oh, hey, my name is Leroy Slava.
Yeah. Tell them how you
property
how
investor.
Me and you met.
How did we meet?
Yeah.
We met. I actually got him into the property thing, thinking about it. By the way,
It is true.
Is it
Yes.
true?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I did.
I was coming to see Robert Kiyosaki,
Robert
and then you were
Kiyosaki.
there.
Yes, he came and he saw me much better than Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh, really?
And I did an amazing presentation that day,
Yeah.
showing TJ what's possible in property.
Right.
And his wife loved me. He didn't like me.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, my wife loved your story, not
no,
you.
not me. No,
She saw the possibility.
Wasn't the story? Wasn't the looks?
No. Because I checked in, I'm like, are we going in for Leroy? Or she says, it is the money.
It's the money. Oh,
Yes.
okay. You made sure first.
I made sure, yes.
Well done.
On a serious note, this is Leroy Slava, and behind us is the Slava
Village. We're calling it the Slava Village.
Away.
It was the village mall before,
Yeah.
so we kept it simple.
Right.
Slava Village.
Cool. This is a big project, and I think it's the biggest. It's your biggest?
Biggest, yeah.
Good. So it's Leroy's biggest project, and I think it is a bigger project that I'm going to cover in a number of series. And the reason that we are going to be doing that is because this particular project has many facets into it. And like you know, on this channel here, we are all about educating you so that you can also do it. If Leroy taught me, he was taught. Now we are teaching you. So which means that if people like us can do it,
Anyone can do it.
anyone can do it. Right. So we are in the heart of Boksburg. For some of you who don't know where Boksburg is, go and do your research. It's one of the old neighborhoods in Johannesburg, closer to the, it's not closer to the east, it's in the far east.
Close to the airport. It's about 15 minutes. Don't make it sound too far. It's close to the, listen, it's close to the airport. 3 highways. Beautiful, beautiful. Eastern Mall is this side. After Edenvale.
So it's showing off Boksburg. For all the Boksburg lovers, in the comments, let us know what
Yeah.
you do in Boksburg. But on a serious note, you stay here. That's number one. You kind of was born not too far away from here, and you know the area very well. When I started investing in Boksburg myself, I think things had kind of like gone downward, and we always hear of the area turning. You know, there's this term that they utilize in real estate, and they say the area is turning. I'm of the view that Boksburg is turning.
Yeah.
It was on a good place back in the days, and it went down. So valuation of property went down and things like that. Bit of crime went up and all of those things that go with a bad neighborhood. And I think it's coming up. Now, coming up is because of people like you who are now buying these properties and turning them around to be something else. So as we are standing outside right now, there's a barren land where Leroy also has bought. So it's not just the building, but it's also this land. And behind it, actually, there's another video that I did with Leroy, which is a property that is literally
There.
yeah, it's across the road.
Yeah.
You can see it, it's across the road. We will show you just now. And basically what Leroy is busy doing in Boksburg is turning old buildings into affordable housings that people can stay in. So he goes to the bank, gets the bank to finance it and put the project together, get people to stay in it. Those people go and pay the rent, and he takes the rent and pays the bank, and you kind of like reap the benefits after that, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. But let's talk about this particular building. What was it, Leroy, before you actually bought it now?
It was a retail village. So it had shops.
Right.
It had about close to 40 shops.
Okay.
Which was, but it was a failed retail little village. It had 3 salons, 3 churches, 10 vacant shops.
Yeah.
Some guys used 1 or 2 for storage. So it was a failed retail village, and it failed for like 20 years. I went to school there. I lived down the road here. We used to come way back up before school, come and smoke here.
You used to smoke around the streets?
No, in here. In here.
In the building?
No, it was open. Remember, it was open. Now it's closed.
So you used to smoke in this building?
Yeah, I used to smoke in this building.
Okay.
Cigarettes, not.
Okay, we don't judge here. Whatever he used to smoke in that building, now he owns the building. So you could be smoking in a building somewhere else, you could be owning it, right? How did you find it?
I actually found it on Property 24.
On Property 24?
I got an alert on Property 24 that said this building is for sale.
Right.
This building is opposite my other building, but I didn't know. I got an alert on Property 24. Because I get simple thing, guys. The alert for Boksburg, for the East Rand, I get commercial property alerts.
Right.
And an alert came through, property for sale. They said 12 million. I came one day after church, I popped in with my wife, I looked at it, I phoned the agent, I said, now don't do this is not smart. I just phoned the agent, I said, listen, 5 million.
Yeah.
I was just testing to see.
Okay.
And
you had no reason?
You
saw it for 12 million and out of gut, you just said 5 million.
I just said 5 million. I was just testing to see what they'll say. And then you went back.
But you're at risk there because other estate agents can actually just be like, look, you're playing with my time, I don't want to talk to you. But when you did the 5 million, you later on had conversations. It's a deadly tactic to do because if you don't get it right, chances is that the agent can actually not even want to discuss business with you.
Yeah. Not true.
So I get why you're saying don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do it because it might even be too high. I didn't do any calculations. I just looked at it and it was just sometimes you don't think things through, you just and but another thing was because I owned a building opposite the thing, there's a bit of, do you understand? I've got a bit of credibility in the area.
You have an awareness of the prices in the area. So now you've put in an offer. This was telephone gun?
This was on the phone.
Right. And what did the agent say?
Agent said, you know what agents want commission. Agent said, okay, let me go to the owner and then I'll get back to you.
Is this an agent that you had worked with before or never?
No.
You don't know them?
I don't know them.
Okay, cool.
And
so they accept your verbal offer and now they want to present it to the seller?
To the seller.
Yeah.
Then they go to the seller passed away. Seller's sick.
Yeah.
Seller's in hospital, and anyway, it goes quiet now.
Right.
Goes quiet for a couple of months. I follow up. What's happening? No, the seller. We're still waiting for the daughter. We're waiting for the children. Seller passes away.
Okay.
Sad news.
Yeah.
And then funeral.
Is the property still on Property 24 if they'd taken it out at that time?
Was it still on? I think it was still on, eh?
So which means that other people could also be coming through to put in an offer?
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
possibly.
Cool.
But at that time I was asking, how many offers do you have? No, I was the only one.
Right.
Because I think what happened is everyone came and looked at it as a failed retail. They
didn't see what you were seeing.
Yeah, I saw an affordable, secure, residential village.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, in a short while, in today's video, I am going to show you what Leroy has done so far, but like I did say, this is a series of videos that we're going to be taking because it's a big project, and besides it being a big project, there's so many facets to it, and the goal is to teach and the goal is for you to understand it. So as we speak, in the comments, let us know where you are in your project in relation to what he's talking about, and if we can help, we will be able to help. So eventually now, from the time that you put in your offer to purchase, right, which was verbally, the old Bali dies.
Yeah.
And you never met him. And now there's a family that's involved. So basically the property is now a deceased estate. Deceased estate, ladies and gentlemen, is a property that is owned by someone who's deceased. And there's a different process of buying a deceased estate rather than a normal sale. Because a normal sale, the owner accepts the offer. A deceased estate, the, what is that person called? The curator of the estate.
Yeah, the executor.
The executor now needs to say yes or nay.
Yeah.
Whilst they are winding off the entire estate. So that takes a bit of time as well. Because now they need to see whether this person owes or how much do they have. And if there's family quabbles, it just can become a mess.
Yeah.
I've bought a deceased estate. My worst one was 3 years. Because it was a double deceased estate. The husband and the wife died in different times, and now the daughter was selling. So it was a mess. So deceased estates, good deals, but also things can go bad.
Yeah.
From the time that you put in an offer to when they accepted, how long was it?
Sure. Then the daughter came back and the son now. They say, okay, fathers, we're busy rounding up the estate. And then I, in the meantime, I've got the bank out. Would you finance this?
Okay.
What will it work at? How many units do we get in? So we're doing a rough calculation now to see if the project will be feasible.
So you're doing your due diligence now, whether this is going to work or not.
Whether it's going to work or not. Because that 5 million was just a thumb suck. It was just...
Right. And at this time, you're doing this without any formal offer to purchase on the table?
Not yet. Now it's just a rough... Okay, if we get it, what price should we get it at? Now we're doing that whole back and forth with the bank.
Because that's the challenge with many people. They want to buy something that is already working, that's making money, and they don't see what it can be. So basically what you're saying here is you are now working on options.
Yeah.
And to see what is the most viable option.
Yeah.
And with that, you can be able to say, well, I'm going to make X amount of money, but I have to buy at a certain price.
Yeah.
If it was going to be more than that, would you have bought still? Because I see people that buy projects and they're not making any money, but they are emotionally attached
to it. Yeah, it happens. Look, you get emotionally attached to property. I don't know. You can say, most people do, eh? Even how experienced you are, you still have that bit of emotion. Emotions will always be there. You just need to manage it.
So how long did it take you?
It took me, I think that whole process took about,
a month?
Then we negotiated and I got it down to 4.4 million.
4.4?
4 million.
My man.
4, but then there was sectional titles, so 3 properties were owned separately by, so we got they own most of it, this family.
Yeah.
And that we got for 4 million.
Right.
And then there were 3 properties that were owned individually by other owners. So I had to go and negotiate those separately.
Okay.
So I negotiated 2 of them. One I'm still negotiating. This one lady,
she doesn't want to
sell. She doesn't want to sell. I think she also sees the vision. We both see the vision.
You know when she's going to sell?
What?
Mark my words, this is going to be video number 55.
Let's...
Right? When we are recording, she will sell when you're done. At a higher price.
Let's see. Let's see. We're going to come. I'll tell you if TJ came with proper advice and she sold. So, but then altogether 4.5. 4.5 all inclusive except the one small end. But the nice thing, her unit is at the end in the corner. So it's like separate from the whole.
Okay.
So we can carry on, do whatever we want to do without disturbing her little shop. So
basically now you're in a body corporate. So you've got the majority.
Yeah.
But there is one other person. And So now...
But we're going to negotiate with her and we're going to work together in case she watches this video. Because I know you're going to have a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
And if you are watching, we're going to work together.
you have to work together because you're already working together. Now you're co-owners.
Yeah.
You're husband and wife now.
Yeah.
In a way.
Which means a lot of extra admin.
Yes. By the way, if you like property and you didn't know that there's lots of administration, there's lots of it. Embrace yourself. That's where the building starts.
That's where the building.
Right? And I'm going to move backwards. and I am moving towards your right, and we are looking directly here, Leroy, where the primary school is now.
Yeah.
Is that part of the building also?
Yeah, this is part of the building as well.
Okay, right. And that also goes all the way, there's a car park here. Is that also part of the building?
Yeah, this is also part of it.
And all the way here now, where this piece of land here, you are busy now. This is where the parking is
This
going
is the
to
parking.
be.
But this I'm leasing from the municipality.
Right. So which is another topic, Leroy, that we can dive into in terms of how you have actually now leased this property. Because I think had you leased it separately, the municipality might have said no. But now you're adding a lot of value next door here. It's a quick yes.
It's a quick one. So normally they like giving the, if you apply, you must have the interest or own the adjacent property and have a plan of how you're going to improve the city.
Okay.
So
cool.
So yeah, but my first one leasing as well. So I'm not going to say it's the first property I'm leasing from the municipality now. So they're still doing, it's gone through the departments and everyone's happy. Valuators coming out to tell us what the lease amount will be soon enough.
So I want us to dive into now. So you've done your due diligence. The bank has given you an indication, yes or no.
Yeah.
And now you put in your offer. Eventually 4-5, you locked it down. The renovation costs. There's a big project here. What's a ballpark figure? You know, I mean, I know it might fluctuate, but what's a ballpark figure for a project like this one, and why would it be such a price?
So for this project, it's about 11.9, so just under 12 million, to get this retail mall to a residential village.
So you're doing a conversion from retail into residential?
Into residential.
Okay, cool. But you got a school, so what are you going to do with the school?
So the school, luckily the school was on this side of the property, so it was separate from where the shops were.
Right.
So we're not touching the school.
Okay.
So the school stays exactly as it is. We're just separating the water, separating the electricity for the school, and obviously just painting it, make it look like the rest of the building. So that's all we're going to do with the school. Otherwise, we're not touching the school.
So ladies and gentlemen, even if you didn't get your matric, if you jump into property, you can still own a school.
A school. Can someone who doesn't have the degree or anything, no maths, no science.
Yeah. I was talking about you about the matric.
But I went to university. I just dropped out in the first 6 months. I was there, I just wasn't there.
I think this is a key point, Leroy. I mean, we make jokes about such kind of things, but property is one of those things that allows you. It's not just education that is needed. You can propel in life. You can do well in life with property if you just understand it. And anyone can do it. It's not too complicated. And neither am I saying that education is not good. You should have education. But I've also seen that education sometimes it can cripple you because now you're overthinking some of these things. Whereas Leroy just comes in and says, I think we can turn it around. Complexity is, no complexity. So Leroy, we've spoken about how you got the property. We've spoken about how you are now funding it. And let us go in and check out, I think maybe let's jump on to talk about some of the paperwork that you needed to get right for the property, for you to take transfer and start the development.
So what do you want to know about the paperwork? A lot of paperwork.
So the compliance, so you got an offer to purchase, but over and above that, you're converting from a retail into residential. Did you have to play around with the town planner? Is there a requirement or not in terms of your zoning?
Yeah, so firstly you want to check the zoning. So let me think of the process.
What are you zoned for?
So this is zone business 1, so I didn't have to rezone. So the usage was there. Right? So that's another key. You don't wanna, if you wanna rezone, it takes time, it takes money, it's riskier.
Yeah.
All right.
Average about plus minus 2 years of doing that, and an additional couple of hundreds, anything plus 100,000 to do some research.
Yeah, 100,000 plus, depending on where you are, Joburg, Kuruleni, It's also relationship based, the
Sure.
municipality, how. So, but I don't go into that. I buy properties that are zoned.
Is that
properly for it.
intentional for you? And why would you do that?
Because it's also less, because if you rezone, right, so look, I fund the property and I fund the construction costs.
Yeah.
So if you rezone, you have to take out that couple of hundred that's to come out of your pocket, which you have to rezone it up front,
Sure.
then apply for the funding. Now, if you have that and you've got that patience, you've got that time, fine. If it's a great deal makes sense, you can take that 2 years, but then you have to own the property as well if you
Before
rezone
you
it.
do that.
So which means you have to buy it, rezone it, a lot of upfront costs, which I'm not saying you shouldn't do. If that is your plan and the property makes sense and you have that funds, then do it,
Okay.
if it makes sense.
So in your case, the zoning was good, business one, so which allows for residential and business already. How would one know where to get the zoning from? What profession? I mean, property, it's a team sport, right? You need to have a lot of team members. How did you know that it was zoned business one?
You ask for the title deeds,
Yeah.
you check it on there.
So they
Zoning certificates,
did they give you the title deed?
yeah, they sent me the zoning certificates. So when you buy a property, you ask for, listen, send me the zoning certificate, send me the rent roll, send me
Sure.
your light stones. So you ask
Yeah.
them to send you as much information as possible so you can start with your due diligence.
Right.
So they send you all of that information. So you check it on there, but then you get your town planner to confirm it. You get the architect starts drawing up a basic plan according to what you want to do. For mine was residential. How many units can I get in here? What's the most amount of units? With a nice mix of 2 bedrooms, 1 beds, and bachelors.
Right.
So then your town planner says, listen, you can do it on here. Your architect starts drawing it up. Your architect sends it to your QS, they cost it. And now you know, now you can work out your feasibility. See, okay, this is the plan, this is how much it costs. With this much units, we can get that much rentals. Will the rental cover
Right.
the costs? That's
So
a basic
basically
overview
now-
of,
Now you have your income projection, the cost of your buying, and the cost of turning this around to what you want it to be, and then bingo, are you making profit or not?
yeah. Then you get your bank, put it in their feasibility.
Yeah.
They check it, interest rates, you negotiate a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
100%.
And then it says, okay, this project will make sense. You signed your OTP, obviously, with a due diligence period of as long as you can get. I got it for 5 months.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just a snippet of what this project is going to be looking like. We will dive into it inside, what it's going to look like. But for today, this is it. It is I, your boy, TJ, and Mr. Slava Village.